All right, I made a video. It's been a while, and it was based on Keith Randich's book, Carving the Little Guys. And something happened to that video. I don't know, it got deleted, it whatever it was, and someone had wrote me about that. And I don't know what happened to it. It's something happened to the video itself. I don't know if YouTube deleted it or did whatever, but something came about. But this is a neat little book called Carving the Little Guys. Let's see if I can bring... No, it's... Okay, it's just a pretty good size little... Carving the Little Guys, and it's just a book about step-by-step of how to carve these little people, in other words. Now, you know I carve miniatures. I've been carving miniatures for 20 years. But I like to show ways that other people do it. And his step-by-step thing here, let me get it. Shows you how to do it, how to get everything done, and we're going to do it this way for him, okay? I'm going to show you the way he does it, and we're going to do it that way. And I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what happened to the situation, but let's see. Okay. Well, I don't normally carve like this, but this is a way to show you how to, you get his book, and here are the steps in carving. Now, a little guy. Now, he starts out with a 1 inch wide, 1 inch by 1 inch by 2 inch piece here, okay? Now, step 1 is to round the top of the little guy right here. So that's step 1. So I'm going to take my knife. Now, in rounding anywhere of rounding the top of anything, you start with going around the piece, just like that. Going around the piece. For instance, cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here. All right? Now continue it. Cut there, cut there, cut there, cut there, and then you can come to the side here and you can sort of cut it. Come to the side here, cut it. Come to the side here, cut it. Come to the side here, cut it. And continue on each side. Go around as you go around. Cutting and rounding, as you can see, rounding that top. Okay? And then I go from each side like this. And like this, as I take off, see how it's rounding the piece? Come down a little bit more. All right, see that? So that is his first step in in doing this. So the first step is rounding the top of the piece just like that. Even go a little bit more, as we say, on the sides. Alright, that's rounding the top. Now, let's see what his second step is. His second step is right here, so it looks like from both sides he's taking off a little bit of wood on both sides. I see what he's doing here. So he's taking off from both sides. He's cutting, like if the block would be here, he's starting to remove portions of both sides just like that. Okay? To the end here. Alright? So let's do that. Alright? What we're going to do, we're going to just come up from here. And we're going to start removing a little bit of wood from both sides. And this side. See that? I'll remove a little bit more wood here. And look at that. From both sides of the figure, we remove a little bit of wood here. Okay? Just like that. Behind there. Okay. Now, what is step 3? Carve the sharp edges off the back of the block. Off the back of the block. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. What he's the edges. What he's saying. What he's saying is you take this piece that you've already done the taking this off on, and the edges, he's talking about this here. You take these edges off right here. You turn, you take the figure, you turn it over, and you take these edges off. That's all. It's just very simple. And this edge right here. Sometimes even I have to figure out what people are saying. All right, we just did that. So step 1 was rounding off the top of the head. Step 2 was coming here, and what he do is he's bringing this kind of forward in this area right here. Step 3 was to come back here and just take the edges, kind of round off and take the edges off the back of the piece. Okay? Step 4. Our next step is to draw the head. The head is between 1/7 and 1/8 of the total length of body in the scale. All right. Draw the chin about 7/8 down from the top of the block. At the back of the neck, a short line 1/2 inch down from the top of the block. Okay, so what he's saying is that you, from the front, you go down 7/8, and on the back, you go down 1/2. Okay? So let me get my... Uh-oh. Where is my... Oh, just a minute. Just a second. I've got to get it. It's I thought I had it in my pants pocket, but it's in must be in my jacket. Okay. I apologize. I wasn't ready for this either. Ah, here we go. I carry a wonderful little measuring tape on my keychain, and I love it. It's beautiful. Little, here we go. Okay. Now he says, see this little Stanley makes it, I believe. It's wonderful little 3 foot measuring tape. So from the front, he says you want to come down 7/8. Some of you probably carved some of these little guys. Looks good. So from the top, I'm going to come down 7/8 right here. Just before you get to the inch, there's 7/8 right there, okay? Now from the back, he said you come down 1/2 inch. Okay? So we kind of set that right there, and there's our just a minute. Let me get up there where I want it. There we go. There's our 1/2 inch right there. Okay? So let's go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come from here, and let's go ahead and make that 1/2 inch across there, and you're going to join that down there like that, okay? It's kind of a little, there's 1/2 inch right there, and we're going to come up. It's just like that. There's where our head is going to be. Okay? Because basically, it's sort of, what happens is, and he wants you to cut that, okay? What happens is, it sort of comes like this. We're just going to cut that in there. So it's sort of in a little angle. I'm following instructions too, folks. That's what I want you to do. Very, very simple instructions there. Very good instructions and simple. Come back here, and you do the same thing. So let's just kind of bring that up there. Clean that up in there. So this will be our head, or this is where the head is supposed to be. Now I do this entirely different when I do a miniature, because I cut the pattern out. But this is good. This is a different way of doing it, and that's good. I love to watch and see people do things differently. All right, see that? You cut around the head there. All right. The next thing is, which is step 6. Step 5 was to separate the head from the body. Okay? All right, the next thing is draw a line around the sides of the back of the figure to lay out the bottom of the coat. This line is about 3/8 from the bottom of the block and runs from the midpoint. Okay? So what he's doing is he wants you to come up from the back of the carving 3/8. Now, where's my pencil? 3/8. Let me get that right there. So, it depends on how that your mine is divided into 16ths. Your ruler is what I'm trying to say. So 3/8 would be 6/16. So there's a quarter. 1, 2. So a little bit more than a quarter, about right in there. Okay, we got it here. Somewhere about right in there is where we're going to cut into this thing. All right? Yeah, 3/8, remember, is between a quarter and a half inch. All right. Now what he's doing here is he's cutting into here. Okay? And you come up underneath there and you cut that. Okay? And you cut it again. And you cut it again. And let's see how far he wants to come in with that. All right. So what he's saying, you're going to come in about 1/8 of an inch, which is not that far. Just sort of cut it down. And what this basically is the back of the shoe. And he's making a, I'm sorry, he's making a coat line is what he's doing. Okay? Trying to get it as nice as possible. So what you see now is basically this type of scenario here. All right, so what you end up with is this type of scenario, basically, where coming about 1/8 of an inch, something like that. So if you look at from the side, You've come in about 1/8 of an inch here. And same thing over here. And what he's doing, the coat is coming this way. All right. Now, it says draw a horizontal line 1/4 inch from the bottom of the block for the front of the shoes. Okay? Now, let me show you what he's doing here. You take your front and you come up 1/4 of an inch, and it's right there. He's making his shoes here, folks. Okay. So this is going to be your line to cut for your shoes. Just come across here like that. And you want to be careful. This is small. So I suggest that you take small pieces off so nothing breaks. I do not believe in taking large sections off too much at one time. Especially when you got something this small. Okay, basically, there's your shoes for the guy. So when you look at him from this side,